Salam to Rasulullah Sallallahu Habiballah. It's a great honor again to host very prominent people from different countries. And Indonesia is very close to me because 3 years ago, before COVID, I went to Indonesia. I got a very family kind of welcome from the government. Sister Ummi Wahida, she met me, right away. She invited me. She introduced me to Tuti Suharto, the daughter of Mr. Suharto, the founding president of Indonesia, and she honored me of giving me the foundation stone for the new building. So it was a great honor. I met people from different communities out there, and I learned a very beautiful thing in Indonesia was after every sentence they said sorry. I went back and I said, why from minister to everyone saying sorry? Then I understood one thing, the culture says we might not meet again. So it is better to ask forgiveness beforehand. So on the judgment day, you don't get stuck up with asking forgiveness. So it's the one thing I learned from Indonesia. And Indonesia is multicultural society where every faith can be practiced, and they really like the culture and heritage. So it was a great learning experience. And the best part is Ummi Wahida's family is from Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani's family, direct descendant of Rasulullah. And it was honor to eat food and hosted by Rasulullah's family in Indonesia. So it was a great honor. And then couple of months ago, Mike contacted me from Indonesia, and he was into startups and stuff what we are doing. So it was a great thing. And then he introduced me to Mr. Teddy. I had a great discussion. So Indonesia is like, I think, my second home. After India, I feel very home, and I hope one day I could set up a business and I stay there for some time, because the culture is one of the most beautiful culture I met in the world. Very friendly people, very happy people. But today's topic is Halal Angels Network and Halal Ethical Webinar Series. And Indonesia is very prominent because it's one of the largest countries in the world with the largest Muslim population and the largest halal market in the world. And in fact, after India, from China, India, Indonesia is the third Asian countries to have maximum unicorns in the startup industry. So that's a very interesting market because we're looking at halal and startups. Before we start, introduce the speakers. Halal Angels was started. The concept was, is to address the funding challenges faced by the halal economy. A lot of people are doing great work in expos, like in Indonesia, the government is doing a lot of stuff. But the problem hits is the funding challenges. And I think we can complement all these organizations working government, semi-government, and private, where we can connect the investors and startups. That's our agenda. And I think this is a great thing where we connect. And why we're doing this webinar series is we want to take across the globe from America to now Indonesia. We have done 11 webinar series where the market is, how the market is, and how the halal market is. And mashallah, in our webinar series, we have people from the Muslim community, non-Muslim community. And people from the non-Muslim community is looking at it as an ethical platform. And Halal Angels, I was supposed to go to Malaysia and launch it at Minha's conference. Unfortunately, COVID happened. But I got the best launch. I launched it from under the feet of my mother. So no ministers, no one, but direct connection to God. Because under her feet is the heaven. And guess what? We have become a viral phenomena all over the world. So this is what we're trying to do, challenging the funding challenges. And Indonesia, personal choice is a great, my affinity towards love and affection given by the Indonesian government and the people. And it's a huge market. And that's why we have invited very renowned people. Akram Haq is one of our board members of Halal Angels Network. And what he's doing is he's doing policy initiatives, dialogues. And from India, he's going to go global in the US, in Middle East and Singapore. I think he should also go and work with Mike and Sister Ummi Wahida to set up policy times in Indonesia, because it's a huge market where policy initiatives can be talked. Akram, you can make introductions, but I want to thank Sister Ummi Wahida personally, because the kind of love and affection she gave me, like a brother, like a big sister to me, and her children was amazing. And her, her school, is one of the best schools I met. I do spelling bees in America, everywhere. But I got the best location from the, sister, your camera is tilted. And it is the best school because what they're doing is they're teaching the real Islam and the modern life. And it is one of the first schools I met. It is not dependent on donations or grant. It generates income on its own. They have fantastic student body, which she puts in efforts to start business and entrepreneurship. And she produces coffee, she produces rice, and she gave me a bag of full of goodies which is produced in her school. And when she introduced me to Tuti Suharto, then she told me very renowned people come to look at as a case study of our school. Very renowned people, presidents, vice president, prime ministers, everyone wants to come to her school. So it was a privilege and an honor what she did to me. She met me and she says, tomorrow morning you're coming after Fajr. And she sent her manager to pick me, not even a driver. So I really thank her. And I ate one of the best foods, not at five-star hotel, but at the house of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That is the best food you can have. And that's what I have. Thank you, sister. Akram, you can introduce and start the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Shekhar, Dr. Malik, for chairing and leading such a series of webinars on halal and ethical startups. There are two aspects to it. When we start, we always say one is halal ethical and the other is startup. Being ethical is absolutely important because it is our divine responsibility, moral responsibility, because we all will have to leave one day this world and we'll have to go for a bigger life. When we go, then we have to be absolutely ready with the answers of the life, the youth that was given to us, the time that was given to us. Have we used it for the right purpose, for the right reason? Hence, being ethical is absolutely a necessity and it is a command over us. And we also have the right to ensure not only we are ethical in our approach, in our attitude, but also we ensure that everyone around us and across the world also are ethical. It is one of the sole responsibilities of being a ummah or a citizen of this universe. The second is startup. Startup needs no introduction, and we don't need to discuss how important startup is. Any nation today which wants to thrive, it has to be the startup which has to play a critical and crucial role in nation building today. Startups not only create employment, but also generate huge amount of revenue for nations. And startups are also the sole reason for all the innovation, latest innovation and challenges that countries or regions or societies are facing are coming from startups. Hence, Dr. Malik's series of these webinars addressing how startups can be responsible. So what we need to do, we need to make startups responsible and ethical so that the outcome that comes out from these startups innovation are for the betterment of the society and brings positive development. So to discuss this, and today we have a beautiful country, speakers from a beautiful country called Indonesia. We all know Indonesia has the largest Muslim population, and also Indonesia, exemplifies a beautiful character of a nation or of people that ever can be, the coexistence. Indonesia celebrates Hindu culture more than Hindus in India, and they imbibe it, they respect it, like not even Hindus in India can respect to their own religion. So that's the beauty of Indonesia. And it is also a message for the whole humanity of the world that while you follow your own religion, you can also respect other religion and respect other people. So today we will have the three beautiful people from Indonesia to share their views and perspective how Indonesia is practicing halal and ethical, and also the startup ecosystem, which is also third largest in the world, is imbibing the features and natures of ethical and halal. As women first attitude and policy, I will invite our first women entrepreneur and leader, Umi Wahida, who's the founder of Al Ashriya Nurul Imam Islamic Boarding School, to kindly share your remarks. I will first run the video and then you can speak.
Thank you.
Yayasan Al-Ashriya Nurul Iman Islamic Boarding School adalah lembaga pendidikan yang bebas biaya dengan corak pondok pesantren modern yang didukung oleh wirausaha sosial dan mampu menciptakan ekonomi mandiri serta dapat menopang seluruh kebutuhan hidup lebih dari 15.000 santri.
I will try to translate as well. More than 15,000 students study in my school. We received an award from the President of Indonesia for being the pesantren or Islamic boarding school industry, with the industrial, a few industries. In the Islamic boarding school, we have this business processing outsource and financial technology that are taught in the school. And nowadays we have to study and we have to learn about digital management. From the governor of the Bank of Indonesia, we are focused in the empowerment of the economic finance, focus in the Islamic finance as well as the economy Sharia side of the of Islam. And he said that inshallah with Allah's strength that we will move forward and will become better. This is from the governor of West Java. He said that my school is free, but the rich people cannot go to my school because only the poor can go and study in my school. But the students here, there are more than 15,000 students in this school. I'm sorry, it's in English. Sorry, I'm sorry, it's in Indonesian. That's why I try to translate it.
Sister Umi.
These are all my students.
Sister Umi, can we do the video and then we talk?
Atas dasar itulah, maka Nurul Iman banyak mengembangkan ilmu baru dengan membangun berbagai unit usaha seperti pabrik roti, ointika atau air minum dalam kemasan, mie, tahu dan tempe, susu kedelai, serta tata boga. Al-Ashriya Nurul Iman juga menunjang kebutuhan lainnya dengan berbagai strategi pengembangan usaha seperti daur ulang sampah, biogas, paving block, pirolisis untuk biosolar, bioflok, dan unit konveksi Nurul Iman. Selain itu, sektor pertanian, peternakan, dan perikanan Integrated Farming System atau IFS, yaitu dengan pengelolaan pertanian jagung yang daunnya dimanfaatkan untuk pakan ternak kambing dan domba. Sedangkan kotoran ternak digunakan sebagai pupuk jagung dan urinnya dicampur dengan enzim untuk menumbuhkan plankton yang digunakan untuk pakan ikan lele di usia awal, agar menghasilkan panen yang optimal dalam luasan per 1.000 meter persegi.
Thank you so much. Can you show the PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah. Asif, can you share the PPT?
Thank you. So I'm so sorry I did this video as well as the PowerPoint presentation in Indonesian. Actually, we had the translated English version, but I could have found it because it was such a short notice. But the basic for my school is that my school is, the tagline is free and quality education supported by social entrepreneurship. So everything in the school, we have about 59 business units. Everything is for free. Free in terms of food, accommodation, and also education. And we have more than 15,000 children from early childhood education to university. And after they finished their university, they graduated. Then they will have to undergo 2 years of internship in entrepreneurship, education, as well as organization. And after the 2 years of internship, then I will matchmake them and get them married. Because you see, because most of my students, they are orphans, street children, children from broken homes. So they will stay with me for like about 10 years. And after that, inshallah, they will be Khalifah. They will be leaders that are Fatona, Amanah, Siddiq for Dawah. Next slide, please. Thank you so much. So the school was started in 1998 when Indonesia had this, it's like a revolution where the founding president, President Suharto, was toppled over, and there were riots all over Indonesia. And while we were staying in Jakarta, they were burning all these shops, this market. And my late husband said we might as well go to Parung Bogor because it was our villa. So in this villa, it was surrounded by all Chinese cemeteries. And from there, we started this free and quality education for all the students who are poor, who are orphans, and street children. Next slide, please. So there are more than 15,000 students from early childhood education to university. Next slide, please. Everything is free from food, accommodation, education, and health benefits. Everything was happily ever after from 1998 to 2010. And then in 2010, 1 week before my husband fell sick, he told me that he's going to die on a Friday morning at 9 a.m. I didn't think much about it, but 1 week later, he had this stroke. And after 20 days, he passed away on the Friday morning at 9 in the morning. And my world just crashed because I was just the wife. I was also studying and I was teaching at the school. My honors degree was in psychology, so I was teaching English psychology in my school. And I didn't know how to run the school because I wasn't allowed by my late husband to be involved in the economic, financial, monetary side of the school. I was just there to teach. I was taking my doctoral degree at that time in Islamic studies. And then he passed away, leaving me with all the wakaf assets. We have rice fields. We have coffee plantation in Lampung. We have timber business, and we have factories like the drinking water factory and bread factory. We produces 15,000 breads every day. And then we have agriculture business for fisheries, and then for cows, animal husbandry. All that was left by my husband, and all that is wakaf for me to run the business to support the free and quality education. I didn't know how to run all these businesses. I didn't know how to manage all this. I had, at that time in 2010, 1 billion rupiah of rice debts. And I had to sell all my jewelries, my diamonds, my Jaguars, my cars to clear all the bills. And 3 months after that, Alhamdulillah, I can pay my bills. I can pay the electric bills. I can also pay the teacher salaries that were already late for more than 3 months. And with that, I started to focus on all my businesses. For humans, we all have our basic needs. So my business is focused in few: food, energy, water, and waste. So you can go to the next slide, please. So this is my businesses. To support the free education, I have to focus in few: food, energy, water, and waste. So all these businesses, there are now 59 business units to support the free education. Next slide, please. These are my food businesses. I have the factories for noodles, tofu, and then I have the bread, and we have the coffee and the drinking water bottle and the black garlic business. This is a present from the Japanese company for us to produce the black garlic, and then we can sell. All the profits go to the free education in my school, Al Asria Nurul Iman Islamic Boarding School. Next, please. This is the food. Now we have a new business for mushrooms, and then we have the goats for the milk, and then we also produces our own bottles for our businesses for the milk as well as the drinking bottle. Next. This is our factories. We train other Islamic boarding schools in Indonesia how to run the food and beverage businesses. And this is a factory. We teach them how to produce breads, how to produce pizza, and then fried chicken. All this is our F&B business. Next. This is our energy business. We recycle everything, all the organic waste in the school to produce biogas, liquid gas to produce the breads. And then we have this pyrolysis. This is a machine where we convert all the residue from the rubbish to produce biosolar. And then we have the used cooking oil to be converted to this biodiesel. All this is our energy business. Next, recycle energy actually. Next, please. This is our water business. Before. Yes, this is the few. This is the W in the few: food, energy, water, and waste business. We have the drinkable tap water system, where with one system we can produce drinking water for 8,000 people. So it's just like when we are in Mecca, where we can drink water straight from the tap. And from this drinking water business, we have the machines to produce the bottles, as well as the automated drinking system. Next, please. This is the waste business. We recycle all our waste, organic and non-organic waste, as well as the biogas from the cows' organic waste, as well as the students' organic waste to produce liquid gas. Next. This is the waste incinerator, where we convert the heat from burning the waste to cook our food. Next. This is the handicraft. If you can see the pictures, these are all from recycled products. Recycled from sweet wrappers, as well as from the eggshells. The calligraphy, that is from the eggshells. Next. This is from the used pipe. We produce these lights. All the calligraphies are done by the students, and we sell all these products to provide the free and quality education. Next, please. These are all our businesses we sell. Every week we can sell about 11,000 fishes for aquariums. And we also sell the aquariums as well as the aquascape. Next, please. We work with other religions. This is the integrated farming from the corns as well to produce organic waste to feed the cows, the kettles. Next. This is again the integrated farming. So we produce our food not only for the students, but also for our animal husbandry. So all the animals in our school, they are all fed by our products that we produce ourselves. So like the organic waste, we process it to feed the animals in the school. It's 25 hectares of land. and 11 hectares of fish ponds. This is again the integrated farming. Next. This is all this produced in the farm, and all students after they graduated, they will go into our businesses as well as our education and organization department in the school. Next. We work with the Japanese for 3 businesses, the drinkable tap water, and then the black garlic, known as the black diamonds, as well as activated carbon to produce scrub soap, as well as for the filter water. We also have scholarship programs, and alhamdulillah, we have one engineer who has become a mualaf, and I married him with my teacher, my Japanese teacher. So we already have one mualaf, inshallah. The other will become Muslims also. Next, please. We have partnership with the Taiwanese. They give us scholarship. So we have students studying in Beijing University as well in Taiwan. They can speak Mandarin very well. And also the Taiwanese from the Buddhist Foundation, they work with us and they have a lot of like study comparison. They come to the school. We have a lot of interaction with them. And I hope by having this interaction, we can have the interfaith collaboration, and inshallah by learning about Islam, then they will inshallah become mu'alafs. Next. This is with the Koreans. They send us taekwondo instructors to teach to the students, and they can become athletes as well as coaches for the Korean sports. Next. This is with the Turkish. We send Hafid to Sulaimania Foundation, about 38 of them, to teach at the Sulaiman Foundation in Turkey. Next. We have a collaboration with the Malaysians for business process outsourcing. Next. This is now we are doing a collaboration with the Nigerians, Kenyans, and Bulgaria, as well as Senegal. We exported our products to Senegal and Nigeria, and inshallah, we will open up this free and quality education in Africa, the Muslim countries in Africa, because they are very worried. Most of these social organizations in Africa, they are all sponsored by rich people. If these rich people die, who is going to take care of the school? Next. I think this is more our banking system. We can go to the end of the slide. Inshallah, this is my presentation, and this is how, with the free and quality education supported by social entrepreneurship, how we can sustain the school. And I hope that my school will be independent and sustainable until Qiyamah. It will be free and quality education supported by social entrepreneurship. Thank you so much. This is our strategy.
Right.
Okay, that is the end of my presentation. If you want to discuss later, I'll be open to any ideas. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vaida ma'am. Wonderful presentation and wonderful piece of work that you have done, your family has done. I think there is no word to describe what you have just presented, the ideal model of education in both sense. In the sense that you have so many life experiential learning for the children, whether it is manufacturing, waste management, or cultivation, farming. You have everything under one roof, and the students must be getting their lifetime experience, studying in your institute. And the second thing,
because I want them, when they go back to their own villages, they will have free education, maybe not as big as mine, like 15,000 students. At least if they have 100 students, 100 children studying in their place, learning not only Islamic knowledge, they learn about the secular education, everything from social, business, education. Inshallah, they will become like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They can become like Sayyidatina Khadijah. They can become like Sayyidina Uthman bin Affan, who has a lot of wakaf, and their wakaf are enjoyed until now. Thank you so much.
Amazing. There is only one thing which hurt me a bit in the whole presentation, and I'm so sorry to feel that. there was nowhere mention of India or South Asia in the entire presentation. Now, India and South Asia has the largest Muslim population, and the most deprived Muslim population. Hence, I will be very much interested. We both, me and Dr. Malik, will be very much interested to see how and where we can. Do you have anything in mind in terms of what collaboration we can explore with South Asia?
Akram, let me tell you, we have already signed up with Sister Wahida for AIM-BSN. And so we already have a collaboration, but unfortunately, COVID has put everything on the back burner because we wanted to connect with her system, because her system is actually the real Islamic way of doing things. Unfortunately, the Muslim schools across the world are dependent on donations. But when you go back 1,000 years ago, they were self-dependent, self-reliant. Unfortunately, the charitable thing has become a big scam. And what Sister Wahida is trying to do is go back to the roots and prove Tijara is the main concept. She's teaching in the children to be Tijara. And I was there for 2 days at her school. And I saw so much. I was wowed, and we signed up an agreement with her. But inshallah, COVID is going back. And we are looking with one big project because she has one of the best locations next to Jakarta. We want to do something called Halal Startup Corridor with her, hopefully, where we can get international investors on board for her. That's why, we have been working very closely with Sister Wahida. But COVID, because now restrictions are over, hopefully we'll travel and do business together. Sister, I want you to stay back. Don't go because there's a lot of people who want to ask you questions. So please don't go. Let's hear the other speaker. Because you are getting a lot of messages that people are like, wow, they never heard that it can be integrated. Let's, Akram, invite the other speaker.
Yeah, so may we now request Mr. Mike Venturi to kindly give your remarks.
Okay, thank you. Can I share screen or?
Yeah, please. You can share the screen.
All right then. Wait a second.
Asif, can you share the screen in case sir is taking time?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, now, yeah, it's here. Is this the one?
I still I cannot share the screen. Please allow me to share the screen.
No, the screen is already shared. Can you see the presentation? Yeah.
Oh, wait, already shared? And you?
Yeah, it is there.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang from Indonesia. So it's an honor to meet all the panelists, and I'm so honored for inviting here by Dr. Malik. We have a great conversation last year, and then Dr. Malik asked me to join for this great webinar series, and I asked along with one of my friend is Mr. Dedi from ruanghalal.com. So I want to present that I representing from Founders Life, a global startup ecosystem that originally from United States, but we have a good and great growth in Indonesia because we are now have 26 city leaders in Indonesia. So we are trying to build a ecosystem that we want to push our young entrepreneurs, especially in Indonesia, to become more globally. Okay. What is Founders Life? We are the power. We are the power to for the pulse of the entrepreneurship world. But we have one of the flag event that we call as a ultimate entrepreneurial experience and virtual pitch competition. So in Founders Life, we bring startups like 5 startups to come to our event with no fees, no equity at all. They just come and pitch their business ID or their product, and then we connect them to another network or ecosystem globally in Founders Life networks. So because COVID now Founders Life usually an all offline event, and then we bring as a online now, but maybe in the 2022 we will bring back again as a hybrid event because Founders Life is locally. Every city has a city leader and they can run this event maybe monthly or bi-monthly. So in the event, there is inspiration, there is an education and entertainment because we bring traditional music to come to present their, their creation for good traditional music in local wisdom from Indonesia. It's a global community. We have online community. We have live streaming event that will be live streamed globally, and many other people from around the world can watch the event, not just from Indonesia. We have a monthly event that we call the 99-second pitch. So every startups or every founder just have 1 minute 39 seconds to present their ID. The elevator pitch, we call elevator pitch, and they get maybe 4 to 8 minutes Q&A, so they can get feedback or maybe some inputs from the panelists. And we have the vote after the event. We have the vote, and there is a one winner that will be go to the qualification round, and then if they get win again, they can go to the global stage. So in Founders Life, our mission is we want to industry defining brand for entrepreneurship around the world. It started in Seattle and still expanding in around the world. And Indonesia, we have, like I said, 26 cities with all have city leaders around Indonesia. When we're still expanding with our target now is around 40 cities in Indonesia. Uh, Actually, right now it's more than 100 cities, 27 countries. We have 1,000 events around the world, and each year we running 100 events globally. And this is our 5 core values. The first one is we respectful authenticity. So we included everyone. We believe that everyone have the equal to opportunity to be successful, no matter where he's come from, where he come from. We believe that we have to respect for the authenticity. And the second core value for us is gather around the campfire. We call ourselves as a storytellers. So we like to tell the stories about our journey as entrepreneurs. And like every scouts that gather around the campfire, yeah, we gather along each other to know everyone, especially our journey to become our entrepreneurs. And the third one is open the door. We want to do the nice things for people without expecting a return. So we want to help, especially the aspiring entrepreneurs, the first-time founders. They want to go globally or they want to get connected with other networks in the ecosystem. We want to help them to open the door. And the fourth one is business is fun. We have to have fun to do business. Don't get too serious because business is pretty heavy, but don't get too serious because we want to have fun to do some business. And the last one, this is the new core value for us. We just announcing our fifth core value that we are climate consciousness. We commit to operating our global business in a climate conscious manner, including measuring and lessening our carbon footprint where possible. So this is our brief introduction for Founders Life, and maybe with this event we can get connected each other and let's bring a new, better world in everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Mike, I
Yes.
would appreciate, we talked about Founders Life, but as this is Indonesia event, we want to talk about what is the market, what are the challenges faced by Indonesian
Yes.
entrepreneurs. So if you
Yes.
can throw a light on that, because this is more of international event. We want
Yeah.
something very specific for Indonesia.
Yeah. Yes. Because in Indonesia we have lots of challenges, especially, you know, we are a large country, maybe the fourth largest country in the world. So the gap for the ecosystem in Indonesia is very large, especially in the east side of Indonesia. We want to bring. So that's why right now in Indonesia we expand more to the east side, because the ecosystem in Indonesia is centralized to the west, like the metropolitan city like Jakarta and Java Island. So right now we want to bring more entrepreneur spirits to the east sides, like Papua. Let's say the less less get literacy or education about entrepreneurship. So this is the challenge for us, but we want, like I said, our first core value, we respectful authenticity. No matter where they come from, we want there to get globally.
No, like my question was not related to founders life. My question was related to how the Indonesian market is.
The halal
About
the startup market.
the startup market.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know Indonesia was fastest growing for the startup ecosystem. But there's a lot of challenges right now in Indonesia. But uh, the supporting from the government to to push lots of young entrepreneurs to become startup founders. Not to mention our Minister of Education, Mr. Nadiem Makarim, right now since last year to bring the we call it Campus Merdeka. It likes independent study. So lots of young entrepreneurs coming from the campus, from the university. They try to learn how to become entrepreneurs. So right now we said, although Indonesia is the good market for startup, but we have a lack of digital talents. It's frankly speaking, right? Yeah, we will have like not like India. India, uh, even though we say pretty much same in Indonesia, but India more have digital talents if you want to compare it like in Indonesia, right? So yeah, we have a challenge, but we're still struggling for it.
Okay, Akram, you can introduce the next speaker.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now may I request
welcome
Haji Lucas Dedi Setiwan, who is the founder and CEO of Run Halal, to kindly give your remarks.
Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for the time, Brother Mr. Akram, Dr. Tausif Malik, and Brother Mr. Mike. I'm very appreciate the invitation, and I'm very glad to be one of my panelists in this fellow event. So I'll try to explain what is raw halal. Should I share my screen or maybe?
Yes, please. You can share the screen.
Okay, thank you very much. Wait a minute, please.
Sister Umi Wahida had to go for another event. What she's asked the attendees, if she has any questions, they can WhatsApp to us and she will answer to them. So our WhatsApp number is +1 773 536 976. So anybody wants to, 773, it's on our website, halalangels.com. You can send us a message and we'll share it with Sister Wahida, and she can talk on that.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Do full screen if you can, please.
Full screen.
It's like this because it's a PDF, I think.
You can do full screen on that now also as a presentation.
Wait a minute, please.
It's PDF, so I don't think
it's PDF.
Please go on. Please go on.
There's a trick for that. It's fine. You can present.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Raw halal is integrated halal marketplace. First of all, I try to explain the halal market in Indonesia. So yeah, at least 184 billion consumers spent in 2020. Indonesia represents the largest halal consumer market in the world. There are three areas of opportunity within. The first is export growth, and second is import substitution, and the third is FDI growth. So we can explore more in here because in Indonesia, with the most I think that the largest Muslim country in the world, besides India and also the other countries, but in Indonesia, the first thing that the top priority of halal section are the food. Yeah, in 2020, they are about 135 billion US dollar for the halal food itself, and the fashion, pharma and cosmetic and media and tourism, and the last is Islamic finance. Okay, and then about the existing 8 billion export of halal product by Indonesia and existing 10 billion US dollar imports of halal products by Indonesia and existing 5 billion US dollar investment in halal economy sector in Indonesia. Also, Indonesia selects core competencies to leverage and challenges to overcome to meet growth opportunities. There are two core competencies and challenge. We can see here the largest halal consumer market in the world, 11.34% of global halal economy spend, and then their domestic champion have potential to become global player like in the food, Garuda Food, Mayora, Tempuscan, Kalbe, and Kimia Pharma. And then they are also leading Islamic finance players, which reach 2.9 billion US dollar. Also, Indonesia has the potential to add 5.1 billion US dollar to its GDP through high economic export growth, FDI growth, and import substitution. Halal trade and investment opportunity impact on GDP, and then we can explore here. We can see if the government supporting the halal economy in Indonesia are very good and trying to make Indonesia and the halal center in the world. And then the categories of for export for prioritization, they are food, fashion, pharma, and cosmetic. And the market very big, yeah, in outside of Indonesia. Many countries need Indonesian products. And devising Indonesia halal economy strategy and key trading product and partners, national halal economy framework, and there are some goals. The first and second, the first was DGP by 5.1 billion US dollar through incremental export, FDN import substitution, and the second, develop enabling pilots that will have the full economic potential of the high economic materialize. So, globally differentiated propositions consists of strategic priorities and stakeholders, and domestic position, strategic priorities and stakeholders. Stakeholders, they are governments and large and medium corporates, industry and associates, and also SMEs. And about the government commitment, divided into strategic priorities and stakeholder itself, and then production capabilities into strategic priorities and stakeholder itself also, and operational support ecosystem and strategic priorities and stakeholder itself. Okay, and we are coming to Halal. Halal is the company that we that established in 2020 in Central Java, Indonesia, in our area, and we did many things such as supporting SMEs to get halal certification and other certification, and export halal for SME, and providing marketplace for halal products and services, or supporting SMEs to scale up their business. We have three address in Central Java and in Yogyakarta and also Jakarta. What make we put the halal the four things as a problem that needs specific market for halal food, because Indonesia is the biggest user and need more SMEs to go digital in 2024, and need more halal certification and assistance for SMEs, and also need more SMEs product export to support recovery in pandemic era. So we provide the solution online or offline. Online, we provide halal marketplace platform halal.com, which is already integrated payment gateway and the shipping courier by PT Pos Indonesia, the state-owned government, the state-owned government company, and then the others companies in Indonesia that support the shipping courier, and also we provide online supporting SME for increasing their product quality, such as packaging, for example, canning industry and branding, digital marketing, and then as well help for SMEs to scale up the market and SMEs mentoring to get house education. Product overview, we have both website and application. We can buy like the other market space, but and here we specialize in halal product and services. And service overview as POHAB, we collaborate with Bisnit and Karim for halal products as POHAB. We did some hybrid export trade in Africa and then in Middle East, and also we try to penetrate to US and Saudi Arabia, also Japan. This is the service overview support SME to get the investor from Dubai. We collaborate with one SME from Indonesia and the production of the ice cream and milk production from Indonesia, trying to get investment environment from Dubai. Yeah, we collaborate the meeting in Dubai. And the next is why Indonesia, US, and international market. If we study, we learn about the Muslim growth in international in the world. It is significant, very fast, and in US also already reached 2.45 million Muslim, and Indonesia and the others, the total is 1.92 billion Muslim. It is a very huge market, and we try to support as one of the company who provide the halal product. The TAM, total addressable market, is quite big, yeah, 240.5 billion US dollar. The sum 38.2 billion US dollar, and the sum 5.6 billion US dollar. And our business model for online membership, which is premium gold and silver membership and top ads and withdrawal fee, and also commission from transaction in marketplace such electricity bill and the others bill. And also for offline, we get it from such a fee for export transaction for export hub, and then participants fee for the export in foreign country, and main distributor of SMEs products and mentoring SMEs for high certification and others, and also facilitator for canning products of SME. The last very important for SMEs to get the international market, because we provide the canning facility that support its ACCP and international requirement for food. Yeah. Double section marketplace, we have more than 500 products and merchant brand, and we have a society, we have a community of SMEs, and then the first product of food and beverage, fishery, fashion, and healthy, and etc. And then partnership, we have some startup and company join with us for marketing the product, and then collaborating with PTSW Indonesia, which is government LPH, yeah, for providing the halal certification, and then have it exploited in overseas, and business matching with Indonesian Embassy, ITCP, and business partner in overseas, and also collaboration with business and caring for sport in MSME for sport. And the good one is we also collaboration with Universitas Syakol in Aceh for marketing product of business and their business unit, and then collaboration with Koperasi UPMB 45 in Jakarta and KKP of the Republic of Indonesia for supporting MSME canning industry and sustainable fishery business. And the last, we collaboration with PT Pos Indonesia for marketing and shipping products of MSME. our achievement, Alhamdulillah, we got some opportunities last year in advanced incubation at the Innovative Academy Universitas Gadjah Mada and the Ministry of Cooperative and SMEs of the Republic of Indonesia, and finalist of Startup Industry, Ministry of Industry of the Republic of Indonesia, and also champion of this idea competition by PKS, and founder. We became a sponsor of funding Sharia, which is already licensed by OJK, which has more than 10,000 members, and we also went to Dubai Expo 2020 by Ministry of Industry of the Republic of Indonesia, and recently we attend South by Southwest 2022 in Austin, Texas, as Indonesian delegation. The team, myself as CEO and founder, and also Dr. Vivian Devi as CEO, and Mr. IB Moreno as CMO, and then there are around 30 representatives in 30 cities in Indonesia, and around maybe 5 and 10 staff and immersion program and internship of fresh graduate from reputed university in Indonesia. Yeah, maybe that's all from us. Yeah, maybe if there are any question or discussion from Dr. Malik or Brother Mr. Akram, welcome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Very nice and detailed presentation, in fact, highlighting the entire market size of this halal market. Wonderful. So we'll quickly try to check from our chat box if there is any question, and then we'll start with achievements. Yeah. So in the meantime, we'll continue the discussion. So one quick recap about the halal market size of Indonesia, which you have highlighted pretty much, and then how Southeast Asia is a very big market, very, very important market, because whatever Southeast Asian countries does, whether in Indonesia, Malaysia, you have some beautiful countries together.
Yeah.
So, what are kind of collaboration you are exploring within the region so that we capture the whole market? We start from South Asia, we go to Middle East, we come to South Asia, then we go to the other market. So what can be the roadmap that through this series of programs we can take from here, so that we build a large and big market?
Yes, yeah.
So starting with you, maybe, Haji.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that we must take some collaboration between Indonesian and the world. Yeah, I mean that they're working in US and India and the other country, because the halal industry is very big, not only in Indonesia, because Indonesia only maybe 200 million Muslim, but in the world 1.93 billion. Yeah, it's very, very big market, and I think that we can exchange some collaboration for maybe go in about the market. I mean that maybe Indonesian SMEs can export to US market or maybe India, and then maybe from India SMEs or maybe factory or for halal product can export to Indonesia and other countries. I think something like that, yes. And about the global, it is very interesting for us to collaborate and to work together.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Your view about how we go, regional and cover a wider market, from starting from South Asia to Southeast Asia, and then Middle East. It's a huge market that's open for us. Yeah, can I unmute? Mr. Mike, can you hear us?
Yeah. Sorry, I have an audio problem. Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, the question is that now with this series of programs, we have realized there's a huge market with huge potential. how do we, starting from Indonesia, explore the Indonesian experience, Malaysian experience, Singaporean experience, Southeast Asia, then South Asia and Middle East? How can we, build a global or maybe Asian big market?
Yeah, maybe in my point of view, right, that even Indonesia have the large market, for every startup around Asian, something like that, right? But in Indonesia, we have a big struggling to compete with other marketplace, like, let's say from Singapore or something like that. Not to mention the Ruang Halal. I'm really appreciate the ruanghalal.com, because in Indonesia, startups like that very few, right? Because it's just a general marketplace, something like that. Although we have a population of Muslim in Indonesia is maybe the largest in the world, but startup to have a focus segment like ruanghalal.com. Like yesterday, I want to invite to one of my friend in startup in the cattle industry, ternak industry, but maybe just have another meeting, but can join for today. They say that in Indonesia, they have their own problems too, to educate, to get more literate about the halal products. If we want to compare with Malaysia, right, the population smaller than Indonesia, but they are the biggest bigger from Indonesia that using the halal product, right? So I think Haji Dedi can more explain about that. So maybe in my point of view, if you want to create a better connection at working, or we want to help startups like ruanghalal.com, I think that will be better, because Ruang Halal is coming from Indonesia, so Ruang Halal have to become the the host, or the startup that we want to push to another level in Indonesia. I think like that.
Thank you. Dr. Malik.
I would like to add a point to everyone, and for people listening now and later. When we are saying halal, it is nothing to do with religion. We are looking at a market.
Yeah.
How big is the market? And when I was talking to Mr. Ramlan Usman, and he's doing Vietnam Halal, he was last week, at a panelist. Different governments, he says, is looking at the 1 billion Muslim population of Asia as the largest consumer market. And as an American, I look at halal not as halal, but as ethical. Ethics means taking care of every stakeholder of the your business, whether it's the government, whether how you are honest to the government by paying your taxes, how honest are you towards your suppliers, to your customers, and all these things. How honest is for me halal, and halal equals to ethical. Every time I speak to non-Muslim, people who are helping us in this building this thing, especially when I spoke with Mike. Mike, I guess, is a Buddhist, and he's not a Muslim, but he looks at the market in a big way. And when you look at Stefano from Italy, he's a Catholic guy. Everyone looks at the market as ethical and a huge market. So whether Asia or anywhere, this market has been never grown faster. And I think with Halal Angels, you know the agenda more than me, because you have been part of us, is how we can educate the market. Halal doesn't mean Muslims. Like in India, there are two business women who run the largest cosmetic company. They're not even Muslims. Even in America, the largest Sharia lending is not a Muslim, it's a Jewish company. So there's a huge potential of taking care of various stakeholders of business. So there's a huge market, and that's why things work out.
Can I add some sentence?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. According to the fact and in the field that in Indonesia, many of small medium enterprises not yet. I mean that not all of them can easily to get the halal certification. Not because of the government. The Indonesian government already provide the the easiest way to provide halal certification. But in the field, many of SMEs has their problem, such as, for example, for accessing internet to upload the data. The step by step, the step by step for getting halal certification need maybe, for example, the first is the identity of the industry itself, like a license, and then for getting the license, Indonesian government already provide the free and easiest way from internet by using a website. But in the practice, many of them, many of SMEs, maybe not familiar with internet. So we provide the solution by providing assistance from the SMEs to get the health certification, educate them how to get the health certification, accompany them to get step-by-step process of getting the health certification. You know, we can imagine the around 60 million SMEs exist in Indonesia, more than 60 million. So it is a very huge market also for the health certification itself, because the Indonesian government will apply already has the rule. I mean that from government rule by 2024, all SMEs products. I mean that for food and beverage must have a halal certification from Indonesian authority. So in the fact, in the reality, there is no there's no more than maybe not of still few of them, still few from the percentage from 60 million SMEs which already get the health certification. So we can imagine beside the marketplace or maybe the product itself, we can enter to the get the opportunities in supporting them to get the health certification. And this is also can get the money also from the consultation, the first. And then the enthusiasm of the SMEs is themselves to get the export market outside from Indonesia. And also, if we compare with another countries in maybe Southeast Asia, such as Malaysia or Singapore, if we maybe we learn about the SMEs in Malaysia is not big as in Indonesia, because the Indonesia.
Mr. Gary,
yes.
We would like small comments because people can ask questions then. I have a question for Mike. Mike, if I have to start up a business as a foreigner in Indonesia, is it easy or is it difficult?
I think is right now is more easier. I think easier now because government make some regulation to create the new law about we call the law of Cipta Karya. So it bring more for personal, not just for entity for a company, but for personal they can have their own their own permit to apply to create business just for a personal, not for a entity. So company. I think for company, not just for company. So I think right now is easier for Indonesia because our government really support the small medium enterprises. Not to mention they are the pillars that support when COVID attack Indonesia. The small medium enterprises that still stronger. So I think in Indonesia easier if you want to create business right now.
My other question is, if how good is the market to raise capital? In the morning, Akram and we were discussing, like Singapore, it's easier for a foreign company to raise capital or a startup to raise capital. Are there any challenges for startups to raise capital in Indonesia, and not halal, general startups?
Yes, yes. If you want to say like a tech startup, yeah, they already have the ecosystem, right? If they want to fundraising or to get a capital, right? But conventional startups like MSMEs, I think we have to educate them more, because they, like us, micro, small, medium enterprises like that, they don't make their financial statement, uh, pretty neat, pretty well, right? Because just micro, small, medium enterprises, they just, just put over here, their invoice, the receipt, something like that. But then when they want to raise capital or to get loan from a financial institution or banks, I think the bank will ask them about the financial report. But in Indonesia, that's financial literacy for MSMEs still, very few. Yeah, right. I think Mr. Dedi will add something like that. So it's still we have to divide it. Is if that startup, technology startup, or startup conventional like MSMEs. Okay.
So, what we understand from Malaysia, you need a Bhumiputra to have a company in Malaysia, unless and until it's a huge thing. But as an individual, if I can come 100% with my investment, what is the minimum kind of thing to get, to set up a company? Is there some new regulations which has come? Because I've been researching. I want to set up a company, for example, in Indonesia. As a foreigner, is there a zero cap? Like in India, anybody can set up a company. In America, anybody can set up a company.
Yeah,
zero, just to announce the capital, you don't need to put money in the bank.
Yeah, but in Indonesia, our law not give a permit to foreigners to have 100%, right?
Yeah.
For the stakes. So they have to still some portion to the local. But right now it's not difficult as before, because government want to raise more entrepreneurs in Indonesia. So I think if they want to, from foreigners to open a business in Indonesia right now, is easier, I think. Maybe Haji Dedi can add something about that insight.
Akram, you have anything we can take concluding remarks and conclude the event?
Yeah, let's conclude the event. I think there are some questions coming that we are an Indian startup. If you want to invest in your country, then in Indonesia, how do we do it? Can Indonesian investors invest in India or Indian companies? So that's kind of questions. So I think let's take the closing remarks. With this, we will take this question. So, Mr. Mike, over to you. Your closing remarks.
So for me, lots of entrepreneurs still struggling to grow their business. But I think if we like Asian networking or connection, we can help them to open the doors, right? We can open them to global market. Like maybe some company in India, they want to open a representative office, or maybe they want to create business in Indonesia. They can have access, direct access. Vice versa from Indonesia too. Maybe like Ruang Halal, if they want to expand to India or something, some countries, others in Asia. I think with this kind of event that running from Dr. Malik will open many doors to create more opportunity to others entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Haji Dedi, your remarks.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, Halal is a very appreciate event, and we are trying to get more market, and of course maybe some investor from maybe Indonesia on maybe from international. Uh, Thank you very much from for Brother Mr. Mike for the insight, and the spot. Yeah, so far, and for Dr. Malik, we are open for collaborating to explore our market and our yeah our halal industry. Of course, not only in Indonesia, but we are trying to maybe uh, get some representative and open a new office, and maybe in US or other countries such as India, or maybe another place such as Singapore or maybe Malaysia. We wish you can you could help us to get the opportunity to 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 be our side. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. Malik, over to you, and then we can close the session.
Indonesia has been very interesting. When we were in Indonesia, we signed up with Nahdlatul Ulama to launch Ehsan Indonesia Halal Startup Angel Network. Our idea, and the Vice President, His Excellency, launched our project in 2019 in October, but unfortunately COVID has been there for a long time, so things are not moving actively. But hopefully the Indonesia market is very promising, very interesting. And I would like to again endorse the fact, when we say halal, halal means ethical. And we look at this as a consumer market. And there's a lot of people who ask me question, do I need halal certification? Halal certification only comes when you're doing pharmaceutical, food, and finance. My grandfather ran a business for years. He didn't take a halal certificate because it is between you and your God how you transact. And if you're honest businessman, you're halal technically. When you're paying your taxes, you're not cheating your government for taxes. When you're paying your employees on time, that is halal. When you're paying supplies on time, is halal. When your customer is not happy, you should return back. You should give halal. And when you look at all this thing in America, all these corporations, when you go to a store, if you don't like it, they take it back, and they don't question you. And that's what is, they honor your word. So again, we would like to thank everyone. We would like to, hopefully, when COVID situation improves, from America to Indonesia, 11 countries, we would like to do a halal ethical investment summit, where we would like to invite investors in association with the government and talk about this as a market. Simple as that. And when investors want to meet and meet people, greet people, and that's what is our agenda. Because agenda is the pain point of investment. You might have a great idea, but you don't have the money. Then the idea gets stuck up. And other people are confused that they have to start any business for Muslims. You need halal certificate. I always say it is only for food, pharmaceutical, and for for finance. Otherwise, for simple business like IT technologies or anything else, you don't need a certificate. You just need to be honest to various stakeholders. So I would like to thank. Today is one of the last episodes of our webinar series. Inshallah Ta'ala, the next webinar series would be on women entrepreneurship under the banner of the Khatija Razinat Initiative, 1001 Women Empowerment. And hopefully we'll do that. I would like to thank Mike for this, great opportunity of introducing to Daddy. I would like to also thank Mr. Daddy, Jazakallah, for coming in. Sister Ummi Wahida, we have been working together for a long time. She's one of the greatest ladies I've met, because unfortunately a lot of community schools are run on donations. She doesn't run on donation. In fact, she gives back taxes to the government. So in Islam, when you give zakat and fitra, you're supposed to give it directly to people, not to run organizations. And when you make enough money, you can empower people more with your money. Thank you so much. Akram, your concluding remarks. And one request to everyone, my mom's in the hospital, I'm actually in the hospital. Please make dua that she gets better. I take her home and, I get back to my work and she gets back to her life. Akram, your final comments and closing remarks.
Okay, with this, we close the session today. Thank you. Thank you so much.